Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm back. We're going to be talking about, oh, mom? Hey. Okay, I turned my mic on. How are y'all? We're going to be talking about the time is now to rise up and prosper, you guys. So, I know that sounded corny, but hey, that's the time it is. All right. So, oh, thank you, Crystal Bell Thistle. Thank you. Already getting a donation. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. So, abundance, everybody. So, I was going to hit on this topic because I know that right now, this month, this day, this hour, we're rising as far as mental, spiritual, physical, and prosperity. So if you're not tapping into this energy, if you're not staying positive, if you're not manifesting nothing, you're going to miss it and you're going to be broke, just like all them other broke people that's still missing it and will continue missing it. Who preach poverty mind, who think something is wrong with trying to rise up, level up, whatever you want to call it. People see a problem with that. That's because they can never, they're not going to be able to tap into this energy, and it's frustrating. And they're actually working against, people being able to tap into this energy. So get it, get this energy right now. It's this heat, this July, this hotness, this proximity to Jupiter and Saturn. It's time to get these money-making ideas going. It's time to get this manifesting going. It's time to stop bad habits and start new good habits. The best way to start a new habit is to put it on top of an already good habit. Just add it on. So like, for example, if you work out, but you don't drink enough water or you don't take your vitamins, start taking your vitamins as soon as you hit the gym. Like when you pull up to the gym in the car, take your vitamins. Or right after you get home from the gym before you take a shower. So when I decided to rise up, life got better. Thank you, Lovely B. I know it did, because all you got to do is decide, okay? I think too many people are caught up in politics and, division, or as a distraction to worry about problems that they can just rise above, okay? Most people will only focus on the negative and the problems, and they don't even realize that they can rise up above it and see everything and the answers to everything and get everything and get the money. Y'all are too busy in it. Like the Stevie Wonder song says, to be in it but not of it. You messed around and forgot who you were. And then you have people that are upset because people remembered who they were. And so it's got to be, or they got to be this, or they got to be that because you don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm like Michael Jackson. I think I could remember. I think I could remember. Just because you can't remember who you are, don't mean I can't. And I'm talking in general. Just because people don't remember who they are and they're stuck seeing the problems instead of seeing their own divinity. How can you claim to be goddess or God but got problems? I got 99 problems, but knowing thyself ain't one. Okay. So, if you're a spiritual person, you don't see problems, you only see solutions. Even in the Bible, when they speak about how God or some type of divine being saw the world, they didn't see problems. They only saw solution. They only executed orders. There's only one thing that gives orders in this world. Y'all remember Scarface? You giving me orders? There's only one thing that gives orders. So what I'm saying is start being a what they call in the 90s shot caller. Remember in the old 90s rap? Want to be a baller, shot caller. Your last video on manifesting was amazing. You was manifesting when I started this live. So grateful for you. Infinite blessings to you and yours. Thank you, Bree, for that donation. I appreciate that. Yep. So, right. So we must focus on the solution and not the problem. We must focus on prosperity and not poverty. We must focus on our divinity and not what we lack or, being I don't want to say being oppressed. I will say being under the illusion that we are not who we are. So when you can break through that illusion, you have less issues. You don't see like a person walking. You see like a bird flying. You see like, eagle vision. So, yeah. And, I think a lot of people understand that and a lot of people don't, but that's okay because they're still learning. They haven't risen up to a certain frequency to get to that level. And there's still frequencies that I got to rise to as well. And so it's a continual growth. And so we can't be mad at people because they're not on our level yet. You just have to keep rising and be the example of where they want to be and keep it moving. I think when you do that, it gives you even more credibility. We're not supposed to look back right now. Do y'all remember, that Bible story? You look back and turn into a pillar of salt. Don't look back, keep it moving. They'll get there when they get there. So I know a lot of people are frustrated at their friends or relatives who are not waking up and just asleep as ever. Just let them be who they are. You don't look back. You got to keep it moving. You can't slow down for them. You cannot slow down because then you'll miss your opportunity. Okay. So many people are busy worrying about dragging people with them. If you make it, then you can drag them later. If you get this money, you can help them get that money later, but you can't try to wait on them or convince them it's your time. Move into your frequency. Let them be at their own pace, and you can go back and grab them later on if you choose to. Okay? But you got to make it first, because if nobody make it, then what? So your grandma asked you for Tai Chi yesterday. Cool. Grandma's on it. See, he's tapping in. So, and it's a wonderful thing when you access a frequency because everything starts to unfold, make sense. Line up perfectly. You don't doubt yourself ever. Barely. Like, I don't even remember the last time I doubted myself. That's crazy. Because you don't hear a lot of people say that. They won't admit it. But you don't hear a lot of people saying it who don't really doubt themselves. But I'm saying it for everyone who feels this way as well. I don't doubt myself at all. Never have doubted myself within the last year or so. Haven't doubted myself at all. Every move that I've made, I was very confident with it. I was very assured that I would be successful in whatever I touched, and I never had any type of doubt creep in my mind because I didn't allow it. And if you know you're divine, doubt or failure is only a choice. So that's how we have to start looking at things. We have to look at things in this way now. We can't leave room for self-doubt anymore. Either you own it or you off. This is that Saturn energy, y'all. If you had tapped into that Saturn energy, either you would be on or you would be off. Are you on or off? There is no kind of sort of in between. Either you on or are you off? So some people that don't understand it, they're getting a lot of static right now. They don't know what's going on. They're, regurgitating old stuff from like 5 years ago. they're looking for people to blame, or, you know, they're trying to mm, make excuses to why they're where they're at and why they have not moved or budged or changed within the last 5 years. So I know a lot of people that have seen my old videos, and I always say this when people ask me, why did I change? Because I'm supposed to. I'm not supposed to stay the same, you know. So people that, if you're around people that have not changed in the last 5 years, get away from them, because they're not doing anything and they are, wasting energy. If you're not growing, there's nothing I can learn from you. So that's why I say, just make sure, if you're going to tap into this energy, to not have any doubts, and don't be around people that have doubts about you, or don't listen to doubts, and don't listen to people's opinions about you, because that's simply their point of view. If they have a negative point of view, if they can't see solutions and only problems, if they can't see how to get money and only, how to get problems, then their opinion about you, me, or whoever is null and void. Okay? That's supposed to be their opinion. Look at their perspective. So that's how I, look at problems. I know a lot of people ask me, well, what if my friends think this, or what if my family thinks this? And I can't help what they think, but I can only help what you think. I mean, you can only help what you think, and I can only help what I think. Okay. I don't have control over their thoughts. Whatever they want to think, allow them to think it. That's how their life is going to end up. That does not mean it's true. And it also doesn't mean that it what you should think about yourself. Okay. So, I know a lot of people are afraid. Do you know that there are a lot of people who are afraid to upgrade their lifestyle because of other people and what they may think? There are other people afraid to go get a brand new car. Got the money in their account right now, but afraid to go get it because of what so-and-so might say, or this person might say, or their mom might say, or their husband or wife or sibling might say. You know what? You know what I would do? I would write down every possible thing that they could say, listen to it, then go test drive the car and see which one feel better. Okay. So a lot of people are afraid of success because they feel like people are going to down them for being successful. They're going to down you anyway for being unsuccessful. So you might as well be downed while you got money, or while you are successful. They're going to down you anyway. They're not going to praise your brokenness. They're not going to praise the fact that you are struggling. They're not going to praise the fact that you can't, get your life goals. They're going to talk about you both ways. Might as well be talking about you while you live in luxury or whatever. So don't wait on people. That's one of the main messages. You get left behind. You get turned into salt. You miss the train. Whatever. Stop trying to get other people. Just leave them there and get you, and then go back and get them if you can. If not, you made it. Hey, congratulations. Another thing, people who aren't where they should be, I'm going to say should, because it wouldn't bother people if they were where they were supposed to be. Your success would not bother a soul if they were where they were supposed to be, or where they think they were supposed to be. It only bothers them when they know. Let me repeat that. It only bothers people when they know they should be further. So whenever you hear people talking about other people or talking about you, it's because they know that if they put the focus on you, it'll take the focus off of them and how come they have not reached their potential. Okay. So when you have other people, this is why they say dumb people talk about other people. Instead of talking about a topic or a solution or science or metaphysics or whatever, they talk about other people because that represents their lack of self-value or lack of accomplishment. And they want to down other people who are seemingly on a higher level to make themselves seem like an authority on a person on a higher level than them. But the truth is, if you are on that higher level, it doesn't faze you because you know exactly what they're doing. And you just say, tisk, tisk, tisk. I hope they get it together. You can't do anything about it. That's just a temporary fix to make themselves feel good about who they are at this moment in time until they get to where they need to go. Okay. That's why it doesn't bother me when people talk about me, when people say my name, when people say I'm this or that. I don't care. I know I'm supposed to be that to y'all because y'all ain't where y'all supposed to be. Thank you, Lyric Lay. I appreciate that. Same thing with people at your job. Same thing with family members. They mad at you because you have passed them by and they mad at themselves, really. Okay, so whatever somebody says about me, I don't care. Just as long as they spelling my name right and directing them to right here on this channel so y'all can click like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Spell that name right. That's all I ask. That's all I ask of you. So your niece is staying in her old energy and is jealous of me. I'm sorry she's staying in her old energy, but it's the Emperor's New Groove, baby. We were looking at that Disney cartoon, The Emperor's New Groove. He needed some new clothes. He needed a new groove, a new frequency. Okay. And he had to turn into a llama to get his frequency up, because the llama is equivalent to a sheep, which is an electromagnetic melanated being. So he had to reincarnate and get his frequency back up and then come back through. Some people have what it takes, but their mental is shut down. They need to spend a little bit of time outside to get activated with the sun. Okay. You have a lot of negative people. Get them in some sunlight. That's why when the gremlins turn bad, the only thing that will kill them is bright light, the sunlight, because they were on their lower frequency. Okay. Sweet gremlin. I still love them though. Like, I love both gremlins. I love lower frequency gremlins and higher frequency gremlins. They both cute. They both sweet. I love them all. But this the wild one. So, it doesn't mean you stop loving people. It doesn't mean you stop liking people. It just means they're not on the same frequency right now. Get them in the sun. Get their energy activated. Get them vibrating on a higher frequency. Get your little bowl and create some frequency change in your environment. Okay. They walk in your house. Dang it. So, right. Sure. My level up has motivated some people at work to do the same. That's good, Kristen. See, you leading by example. I think most people that lead by example, rather than preach, or tell, or down other people to put their point of view across, is a better teacher than anybody. Leading by example is the best teacher. That's how children learn from mothers and fathers. They watch their example. So then you have people that will talk, speak until they're blue in the face, and no one will listen to them because they're not living by example. If you're going to preach, you need to live your life. I live it how I get it. The song Lemon. I live it how I get it. So if you're not living what you're preaching, if you're not living what you're telling people, they're not going to listen to you anyway. If you wouldn't trade places with them, they're not going to listen to you anyway. They're just a lot of people just tune in for gossip. A lot of people just tune in to make themselves feel better looking at you, and why you ain't where you supposed to be. You know, a lot of people just call you to see how bad you are today, so bad day seems better than yours. So, people that feed off of your negative energy are really super low. If you got to call somebody to feed off their negative energy to feel better about yourself, there's something wrong. It's like, dang, I had a bad day. Let me call my loser friend to see how bad her day was. I bet it was worse than mine. Hold on. Hello? Oh, yeah. Hi. How was your day? Really? You got fired? For real? What? Your car about to be towed. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. Well, call me if you need me to pick you up and give you a ride. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go. Yeah, I'm pumping gas right now. I gotta go get my car washed. Oh, and I have to go to this thing after work. Yeah, it's like a little gala. Oh, okay, bye. They rubbed it in at the end. So, when you come around people like that who just thrive off of your level down, I'll call it. Those are the lowest of the low because they're feeding off of your lack to feel better about their position. So, yes, I've always been a loner since childhood. Me too, girl. Me too. I'm glad you pointed out how they rub it in, girl. They be rubbing it in, putting some lotion on it and rubbing it in. No, but here's the thing: when you become more I'll say self-aware, you'll see that. You'll see it. You'll see it. When someone says best actress. Yes. When you can act something out, that means you've seen it before. That means you've been there, done that, wrote the book and a script and acted it out and starred in the lead role, came back, acted it out again. So the reason I'm able to act out so many things is because I've watched it be performed so many times, So a lot of people don't realize that my acting is from real life of observation. When actresses and actors study for a role, they go and find someone that has had a similar experience, or they go to the environment and just watch and all this. They study, they absorb the experience and the environment and all that kind of stuff. And then when they go to act, they can just act and it's more natural because they've been there. Okay. Acting is important in life. Most people don't even realize that they're actors. That's why Hollywood and the movie industry is so magical and so occult driven and so secretive and so shady. It's because acting is another way of helping people remember or to forget who they are. It's true. Because when we watch something, after a while of watching something, what is your perspective? Think about this for a second. What is your perspective when you're sitting in a movie theater? Who are you? This is going to go deep for a second. Are you the observer? Who are you when you're watching the movie? You're not you anymore. This is because you now they have transcended you into the mode of being there. They have taken you and placed you in a whole nother dimension. Hmm. So when they can take your perspective and pull you in and give you certain feelings and affect you emotionally and A, B, C, and D, that is taking you and your consciousness into a whole new dimension. Okay. So when I act out things, it is to show you from a more personal perspective because people cannot relate to other people. They can only relate to people that they're sympathizing with on screen or to someone that they're very close to. Okay. You don't know me. So I have to act out certain scenarios to get you your perspective on a level of understanding. Hmm. Hmm. That's why these celebrities and these movie stars and these entertainers are held to to the same esteem as royalty or as divinity on earth, demigods, I'll say, because they control your perspective. And the writers too, you know, the but the actresses deliver it. Hmm. They sell it. They make it believable. Right. Mhm. And once you realize that, then you're in control. Once you understand who you are and what perspective you're given, you can change your perspective. That's how people are able to decode. They change their perspective. You know, put your perspective as the writer. Now, how can I sneak some code in this movie? You know, how can I put this information in this movie through Toy Story or something like that? You become the writer then you become the architect. Then you can break it down and understand it and decode it. So you gotta understand that you can change your perspective once you realize you've been given a perspective and that everything is in code. Hmm. You know, and also, it also helps you tap into your childlike essence, your youthfulness, your inner child, I'll say. Being able to see from different perspectives allows you to see from a childlike perspective. So if we're just living in one perspective with one thought, um, you know, pattern, and we're unable to go in and out of different perspectives, then we start living that one perspective, aging in that one perspective, getting stuck on that one perception, never growing or expanding into other directions simultaneously. You can't just grow one way, you must grow in all ways. You can't just grow spiritually and not grow financially. You can't just grow, spiritually and financially and not improve physically because something's getting neglected. Thank you, Lyric Lay. Something's getting neglected. And when people see that unbalance, they may like what you're saying. And I understand because I had to get in balance too. And I'm still balancing. And once you get in your balance and once you get moving into the right direction in all ways, then you can see much clearer. Right. And like I said, I never down people for their journey. It's a journey. I was where a lot of people are now, but I had to move and keep moving forward. Don't get stuck. Don't focus on other people. This is not a race. It's not even a contest, but there are so many people that think it is. It's not a contest at all. Getting money is not a contest. The richest person is not the winner, but the freedom that prosperity provides allows you to do whatever you choose to do in this world, as far as having the freedom and time. So it's not about, oh, who has the most dollars in their bank account. No, who has the most freedom? Okay. Who has the most freedom and who's the most content with their lives? That's what the perspective is. I can have $1 million and be free. Then there can be a bum on the street that has $0 and be free. This is this is that law of polarity. It's the same thing. They both free. One just have more money. The other one don't have any money. One is in debt and one is in surplus. Okay. But they're both free. I want to be free with some money. I want to be free in a homeless shelter. Okay. And I want to be free to run my own life. I don't want to be free to run the life of poverty, because each life is a life. You still can be free homeless, but what are your conditions? Free from a job, free from people telling you what to do, how to spend your money, free from having to get up and sit in rush hour traffic or go somewhere that you don't want to go, free to sleep in, free to wear whatever you want and not care what people think because they're not paying your bills. So freedom in its true sense, free to say what you want and not worry about what people are going to do, or if you're going to get fired, or if people are going to not like you anymore. Freedom. Okay. So, I've had a lot of ladies ask me, well, how can I get on YouTube? And what if I don't want to be on Facebook? Because I have, this people might find me and da, da, da. You can't even really express yourself freely anymore because you're too afraid. Oh, I'm not going to keep my job if I'm online, or I got to find an alias. I can't put my real picture up. It's almost like you're not able to express yourself fully on any platform because you're too busy trying to, sign up, put in applications and things like that. And you cannot say what you want to say. So you can't talk about what you really want to talk about. You just have to talk about other people who can talk about what they want to talk about. It's true. Most people that talk about other people are unable to talk about the things they truly want to talk about. So they just talk about the other people who are fully free to speak as they choose. So I'll just say this. I feel your pain. I'd do the same thing if I were you. Or I'd just get free. Thank you, Meadow Rising. Thank you for the donation. So when you tell people, tap into this prosperity, tap into this energy, focus on rising up instead of going backwards or staying the same. A lot of people mistake that as, well, she only cares about money and materialistic things. No, because I've already read these books y'all still trying to understand. Some of y'all. I've already done a lot of things that y'all are just getting into. So what is my next step? Obviously, it's prosperity. So we must push to that next level. Okay? You can't just take 2 or 3. You got to take all of it with you. Right. Anyone who teaches poverty mind is doing a disservice to the community, to the spiritual community, to any community, actually, to the animal community, the human community. Okay. Think about this for 1 second. The people that have money, or wealthy, the wealthy, do you think that they tolerated poverty mind in their families? Do you think that they tolerated poverty mind in their business or companies or in their employees? No. They didn't make excuses for it. They didn't say, oh, well, all they care about is money. Okay. When you paying your rent to somebody, or when you have to write that rent check out to that person who only cared about money, you're gonna be mad because you didn't care enough. Okay. It's all you quit your job. Hey. You said you quit your job. I quit my job when I had a job so many times. I didn't quit every job. Got fired, quit. Because I don't think I was meant to work for people. Mm-hmm. It's, you know what, and the hardest thing is hard to work for people that you're smarter than. Layla out there thinking. It's hard to work for people who are stupid. I'm gonna say it straight up. I could not work for a stupid person. I would. That's why I never stayed anywhere. I was smarter than everybody. When I say everybody, I mean people are just stupid. Thank you, Jasmine White. Sure, I got my phase 2 elixir in the mail, but notice the yeah, shake it up. Yeah, that's normal. Yes. That is the mineral in it. Thank you, girl. Enjoy. Make sure you have something creative to do. You don't have a lot of energy. I have a daughter and son that owe me their business. Oh, they own their own business. Good, Cindy. So thank you, Meadow Raw Rising. Appreciate that. So yeah, it's hard to work for stupid people in this world. So if you're smarter than your boss, what does that tell you? You're not supposed to be working for them. Okay. Ding dong. Alert message. If you're smarter than your boss, you're not supposed to be working for them. Start your own business. Get a better position somewhere. Okay. You don't like being told what to do. That's because no one likes being told what to do. You think people like being told what to do? Even kids don't like being told what to do. And they're supposed to love you. Until you can call shots, people are going to call shots and orders to you. That's why I'm saying get this energy, get this frequency, get this mindset, get out of poverty mind. Stop listening to what you can't do and know what you can do. Stop listening to the doubters and the complainers. Stop listening to them people that don't have nothing. Stop listening to those people who can't even back up what they speak. Thank you, Sutani. It's been on my mind to relocate from Texas to Los Angeles. Are there usually more signs? Girl, if you rich, go ahead. If you got money, go to Los Angeles. If you don't, stay in Texas, girl. Thank you, Jasmine White. Yes, this is the second. Oh, all right. You started your business after phase 2. Yay. See, I told you. It makes you want to do something. It gives you that. It basically phase 1 and 2 of the elixirs push out all that doubt, that negativity, and what people think out of your mind and make you do what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Hi, Man of Letters. Hey. Man of Letters in the house. I still got all your stuff down here. I spray this on my sheets. Rose myrrh. my linens. You could be like, if you're having house guests, I'm gonna do you a shameless plug, Man of Letters. If you have a house guest and you want them to dream good and dream deep, spray their pillow with Man of Letters mugwort, and they're gonna have some very vivid, wonderful experiences in their slumber. Look, ladies, if you have a man that says he doesn't dream, it's like, oh, baby, I can make you dream. Just lay down next to me, but had to spray this on the pillow beforehand. Don't show them with you. Did you dream? Did you dream last night? You see, I think of very creative ways to use these products. It's like Layla, my daughter, she says, I haven't been dreaming. I haven't dreamed in a long time. And she left the room. I sprayed her pillow with this thing, like doused it. The next morning, Mom, I had some crazy dreams last night. I hadn't dreamed in a long time. I wonder why I dreamed last night. So he has an Etsy shop, Man of Letters Co. And also YouTube channel where he reads and does like audio voiceover book for like the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Book of Enoch, a lot of occult and esoteric books that y'all can go and listen to. Thank you, Man of Letters. And I'm gonna give him a shout out because I was trying to listen to the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, or some book was one of those. And I came across his version of it. And it was read so well that that's the only one that I ever listened to since. And I was like telling everybody about it because it makes it so much easier to understand. He has a little background music on it. Got the nice voice to it, not that corny voice that some people have. Anyway, so yeah, y'all go check his channel out. Thank you, Divine Chakras. If y'all don't stop playing and purchase these elixirs, I was already ascending. But now, this here will change your whole alchemic makeup. Yes, I'm on phase 7, and it's called Ethers. You have prophetic dreams. Wonderful. Those are always good to have. I dreamed about being on YouTube live and commenting. Actually, it's happening now. Welcome to your dream. Come true. So, where do you go to purchase? My Etsy. It's called Dark Realm. Just type in a Dark Realm. Ashira Star Goddess on Etsy, and my shop will pop up. And Man of Letters also makes candles, oils, sprays, and distills his own essential oils and sprays and everything in his like true alchemist back laboratory or alchemist lab, I'll call it. I believe that every one of us can do a podcast. True. Advice for struggling relationships. Struggling like in the relationship or struggling in money? Because struggle only makes more struggle. If you take two people and tie them up together, the more they struggle, the tighter the rope becomes. So one has to stop struggling so the other one can get free. This is deep science. One person cannot be struggling so the other one can free the other one. So if it's a relationship issue, only one of you is struggling. The other one's not struggling. Okay? Because they might think it's a perfectly fine relationship and only one person has the problem. That's because you're the only one struggling and you allowing them to get free and be whoever they need to be. Okay. Struggling financially, it's only going to lead to more struggle. One has to get high and lift the other one. Or when one does get high, after lifting the other one, they may not stick around after they may not stick around anymore because they've been lifted up and it was just given to them with no, standard. It was like, okay, well, in order to be with me, you have to do A, B, C, and D, and I may or may not stay. So that's why no struggle love over here. Okay. Struggling, it's better to be alone than to struggle with another person, or to be with family, or to be with someone who can help you. You know, if you think about, okay, what would you want for your child? Would you allow you and your child to struggle, or would you push them to the next level and sacrifice? So for me, I don't believe in struggling with anything. If you struggling, the other person isn't. If you're the only one upset, you're the only one struggling. That's just how it has to be. It's time to rise up and prosper, true. You got to get out of struggle and like you stop struggling and let them struggle for a while. See how they like it. You stop worrying about the relationship and let them worry about the relationship for a while. Don't text, don't call. Go out, do whatever you want. Let them struggle. You quit your job to travel, Regine. Congratulations. That's fun. How are you gonna travel? Like globally? Where's your next trip? That sounds fun. That's what I'm gonna do when I get old. Um, Actually, I'm about to start doing, these kids, as soon as they finish this unnecessary educational system, we're out. We're going to be traveling. Your boyfriend keeps calling me by his ex's name. That's so sad. Unfortunately, that is an issue, but make him pay for it, girl. If there's no punishment behind it, he gonna keep doing it. You got to make him pay. The next time you call me her name, you got to buy me a piece of jewelry. Make him extra cautious and conscious. Put some Saturn discipline on him. I bet you he won't say it again. You broke up with him. You could have had some jewelry. Anyway, you'll learn next time. You want to live in that RV life for a few months? Yeah, I was looking the other day to rent one of those campers or motorhomes. They're like the same price as a nice hotel room, but you can drive somewhere. So to rent, yeah, if before you buy one, lease one and go like rent one for a couple of days and go see how you like it. Did you say you're taking your girls out of school? No, I didn't say that. Y'all need to learn how to listen. I said I can't wait till they finish school so we could travel. And that school, the education system is very much a joke. Hmm. No, they're gonna stay and get their little piece of paper and that don't mean nothing, but because it's the law. But they learn other stuff at home, believe. Hmm. He was what? Yeah. So I heard the Beyonce album. For some reason they took it off title. And I was halfway done listening to it and then it disappeared. Like what? So I have title and they had the whole album and now it's gone. Hmm. Interesting. But they do have the extended video for Bigger in Spirit. Maybe it's on YouTube now. I don't know. But I was listening to it on title. Everything I've been talking about, that's what it's about. Everything I've been mentioning. Thank you, Ma Rose Jam Essentials. Thank you for the donation. It's on YouTube. Okay, good, because they took it off title for a second, or maybe they're re-upping it. Maybe they're releasing all videos to it. Who knows? Let me view all. See if it pops up. Nope. I don't know. They have Mood on there. Mood Forever. I like this one. Mood Forever with Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Childish Gambino. That's one of my favorite ones. I did watch the extended. Yes, it's called The Gift. Exactly. Yes, that's the name of the album. Do I use spell work in my personal life? I just speak things into existence now. I do it mentally. Like once you get to a certain point, you can do it mentally. There, you don't need no spell work. You don't need nothing. It's like you speak it. Your voice is your spell. You know what I'm saying? Your thoughts, your frequency is your spell work. Like, especially with this new frequency on the earth and the planet right now, your very thought can bring you exactly what you want. But you cannot doubt yourself. You got to be on this level of no doubt. I think most people have too much doubt. That's why a lot of times it's hard for them to manifest or get their spell work to work the best it could, because they still have too much self-doubt. Right. Do I believe in the Bible? I believe it is a book of metaphor and code and symbolism to be interpreted by someone who knows occult knowledge. Yes. It is hidden meaning in there, not to be taken literally. But yeah. So you do it all the time. Yeah. I think now, after you master spell work, you can do it mentally. So master spell work, or, it stops self-doubt. If you do spell work and you have successful spell work, your doubt will lessen and lessen and lessen until before long, all you have to do is manifest it or think it. So spell work is more of a hands-on physical reminder of what you're manifesting anyway. It has the elements to it, but you are the elements. Your whole body is the elements. Earth, air, fire, water, that's your body. The spirit, soul. So you can incorporate it as above, so below, as within, so without. Like you can burn incense. You can, as a form of vibration frequency and, transformation. You can burn candles as a reminder of energy and light and go heading towards the ethers. You can do all of that, but guess what it is? It's just still you. It's a reflection of you, as within, so without. So when you have no doubt of who you are, your spell work is going to be good, and then your manifestation is going to be good. And before long, you can do either or both, or just manifesting alone, or sometimes the physical explanation, looking you straight in the face, is a reminder of what you're manifesting, so you don't turn to negative thoughts. So like, see this candle over here burning? If you lit that candle for a spell, for something, and you look at it, you're going to be reminded to stay positive while thinking about that, what you did the spell for. Okay. So it's going to kind of keep you in order and keep that energy flowing into that frequency. My thoughts on college education: unless you're going to be operating on someone or building a building as an engineer, if you're going to have one of those type of careers, of course it is necessary. But if you're not going to have those type of careers, I don't think it's necessary. If you have to be highly skilled and trained as a, surgeon, engineer, da da da. Yes, please go, because I don't want you working on my stuff if you ain't. But if you're not going to be any of those things and you're just going for a business or, some liberal arts crap or whatever, you don't really need it. Okay. It's fun if you got the money to waste. If you're not going to go into debt, go for it. Hey, do I believe in the afterlife? Um, I believe in eternal life. Yes. Like energy doesn't die. If you're looking for a job, become Job in the Bible. My passion is to be a psychologist, which is kind of funny to me because a mental illness is fake, right? There's people that make way more money than that talking to people every day. Like, they didn't go to school at all. I feel like if that's your dream and passion, go for it. But I think sometimes, nothing against anybody in the medical field or the mental, psychological field, whatever y'all call it. But I've known someone. Not I don't think she was spiritual though. But I think if you combine spirituality with that, yes. But if you only look at it from one perspective, then you get caught up in the labeling as well. So approach it from both perspectives, like the spiritual and that perspective, if you're going to do that. Medical professionals are vital to society. They sure are. But like I said, if you going to college, make it be for that. Like something that you absolutely have to go to college for. But if it's for like something easy, like business or marketing or something like that, you can learn that online for free. Dogs are barking. You add the spiritual aspect, your therapist, good. See, that's what's probably more helpful. And I think if you are going to get into the medical industry, a spiritual approach or a spiritual merge of science, or it's just called alchemy actually, would be the best thing. Mental illness is fake. It's not being dealt. I'll just say this: it's not being dealt with the correct way. Back in the old days when people were mental or whatever, it's because their frequency was off. Everything can be healed with frequency. And breath and temperature and the chemistry of the body. Instead of just feeding it and masking the symptoms. Okay. So it's not fake. It's just the person is not balanced. That's all. And they're not addressing the balance. My mom was slipped something and it threw her off balance. Okay. I don't do religion. I do spirituality and I do science, cosmic science, cosmology. I do things that add up, baby. Universal law. So I don't do religion, but I do spirituality and universal law, which most religion is made of, but I don't follow the man-made rules that were put in place in religion. Okay. Right. So, yeah. You're in school for medicine to go holistic. Good for you. What is the role of sex in manifestation? Tesla says one thing, the Eastern mystics say something else. Um, it's you're releasing, if you're a man, you're releasing your life substance. I think it's different for men and women. You know, we have an internal explosion and you have an external explosion. So you're releasing your life energy while we keep ours and take yours. So we become even more energetic and manifesting that way. So I know a lot of spiritual people say not to spill your seed a lot because that is your life energy. Hmm. read Go read the seven principles of universal, or the seven universal principles. You can find it free online and understand them. It's not that they're not even long, it's just a way to think. Hmm. Right. I don't know. Yeah. No doctor cured cancer without surgery, but Dr. CB in the morning. Think about this. A long time ago, when people practiced holistic, healthy living, there was no cancer. Before, that's why everybody's going gluten free, blah, 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 blah. Because think about it. Back in the old days, they didn't have all this sugar, they didn't have all this refined wheat, they didn't have these factories to create snacks and cupcakes and stuff. So whatever you ate came from the earth or from something like very easily to get. You know, the little bit of wheat that you could grow in your field or yard, the little bit of milk you could get from, whatever animal you had. You might not even have an animal. So you weren't bombarded with all this stuff. And, a lot of people have thinner veins and arteries because their genetic makeup was not um, ingesting all this fat, cheese, and sugar and stuff like that. And so when you were introduced to that, it clogged it up, caused high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer, because you weren't, sitting somewhere experimenting with all these different types of food to make your nasty food taste better. Your food was already good, where you were. If you were from a tropical region, you had fruits, vegetables, fish, whatever. If you were where there was not a lot of those type of foods, you had to make some stuff up, mix it together, and throw some stuff on it to make it taste good. And that's where all the butter and heavy creams and all this kind of stuff came in, because it was a way to have a lot of flavor and use this, and that, because they were unable to get to fresh fruits and vegetables, so they had to create something out of whatever they had, processed foods. Okay, so there was no cancer because there was nothing to cause it there. Like, you can't catch cancer eating a bunch of fruits and berries and fresh water and this and that. You can't do it because there's too much medicine in those foods and plants. That's why you see a lot of people, these celebrities. Like, I've been watching that Naomi Campbell channel, and she's telling you guys, y'all got to go listen to her. She's telling y'all what to eat, what not to eat. And she says, "Oh, I had to go gluten-free, vegetarian, A, B, C, and D." Because you're reverting your body back to where it began, like your ancestral DNA began. If y'all remember that movie, I Am Legend, with Will Smith, And like all those people got that disease and their metabolism sped up super fast and they turn into these vampires. Well, with this new sun and this new frequency, your metabolism is going to change. Your thyroid gland is in charge of your metabolism, your throat. You know how you hear all these rappers saying, "I got diamonds on my neck, diamonds on my neck. My neck is iced out." That is code for my thyroid gland is unaffected by the shift. I'm Will Smith, basically. Okay, so whenever you hear that, it's not about diamonds. It's about rock hard. It's good. It's not affected. So when they say I got diamonds on my neck, you know, I'm iced out, blah 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 blah. It means my thyroid gland is well protected. I ain't got to worry about catching the I am legend disease. I don't have to worry about bird boxing. I don't have to worry about cancer. Okay, so that's code in a lot of these new songs. Okay. If you just listen, you'll hear it, especially in the rap. So with this new sun radiation and UVB radiation, the hottest summer, the heat warnings, index, you stand outside, your skin feels like it's hot and burning, whatever. That is going to create a huge shift in your DNA, whether you know it or not. So your metabolism is going to change. I was reading and it says this new energy, diabetes, high blood pressure, and a lot of these diseases that a lot of people have are going to start to disappear because of this new metabolism that's going to take place. And if your if your thyroid gland is unable to function correctly, then it's not going to be in control. It's going to not be beneficial. So take that spirulina, take that iodine, whatever. All of those, seaweed, chlorella. It's been in the hundreds in Texas. I was standing outside because we're getting some pavement put on the patio, like some stone or brick or whatever. I don't know. Talking to the contractor, and he was like trying to hurry up because it was so hot. I was like, yo, this Texas heat, they're gonna come. They have to come at 6 in the morning to do the job because it's so hot here. Right. What's the benefit of iodine? It protects your thyroid from radiation. I ordered some iodine salts from Italy on Amazon. Doesn't have any cake toxic. Good. Your background looks pretty. Oh, thank you. I like my new background. I hid my little what do I call it? Inventory. I got one of these really cute partitions. It's made out of wood. Has this really pretty design on it. Put some little pillows in front of it. Put little cute hanging thing. But I got this from Tuesday morning. I like it. I got this little thing, this little tassel thing from World Market. And this pillow from World Market. These flowers from the Dollar Tree. No Dollar Tree. This pillow case, Tuesday morning. So those are kind of my little, in Ross. I love Ross, you guys. I got this Kantha blanket. I have 3 of these from Tuesday morning. I love those blankets. I got my spa my spy tool. Look, I was able to look at the moon very close last night with this. And the neighbors know. The stars and the moon are so close. It's ridiculous how people don't realize that we're closer. We have risen. It's called a partition, a room partition. Right. You like the blankets? Me too. I love those. Like I bought 3 of them. And y'all, okay, so I went to Earthbound. It's like a store that sells like new age stuff and like fair trade goods and stuff like that. They were selling those same Kantha blankets for $65. And I go to Tuesday morning and they're $29. Check Tuesday morning. If y'all have those. Okay. And Ross. You watch the moon all the time? Yeah, that lightning is crazy. Yeah. I don't know why people don't notice. They have to know something is going on. They'll realize when something is so off that there's no way to ignore it. And they start seeing these planets super close. And they start seeing these rings on Saturn. And they're like, what is that? Thoughts on 5G? Vitamins, water. Vitamins and water, darling. Keep yourself hydrated. Take your vitamins. Huh? Velvet is in the living room somewhere. Right. Thank you, VK. Was watching Ancient Aliens. They were talking about spaceships, and my granddaughter, out of the blue, said, "That's where she came from." Wow. Yep. Those kids will say stuff like that for real because they mean it. Layla used to say, "I want to go home," and we were already at home when we were little. When she was little, and she's like, "No, not my." She said, "My real home." So they know. Thank you for the donation. Kids know that they came from the cosmos. Ashura, how does Saturn benefit us? Read up on Saturn's energy and how it benefits you because it helps you prosper. It brings you discipline. It gets rid of what is not serving you. And if you don't let it go, it will force you to. It's kind of like, what was that movie that reminded me so much of Saturn? There's so many movies out right now that are forcing us to get rid of the old things, no matter how painful it is, in order to be your best self or your highest self. Okay? Like there was a movie I was talking about. I totally forgot. I know I mentioned it on one of my last 2 videos. But there are a lot of movies out that have a lot of Saturn-esque, dilemmas in them. Right. Do you ever watch pick a card tarot readings? No. I got thousands, well, not thousands. I have so many sets of tarot cards. I could pick my own tarot card if I chose to. Instead, I just pick my own idea and manifest it. Right. Saturn is the planet of stability. Yes. Because I have a whole video on Saturn, like Saturn stuff. Y'all go watch that. It's really good. Just type in Ashura Star Goddess and Saturn. It'll pop up. Why do you think some people find it weird that you're spiritual awakened? Because they're not. and they don't understand you, and they don't want you to they don't want to seem as if they don't know something or they're ignorant. Sure, what's your strongest money spell or beauty spell? People give you money. Um, I'm just joking. I have, I think, 2 money spells on my spells playlist. Um, just go to my YouTube channel page and click on playlists, and then click on spells. There's a bunch of videos. Um, how do spells compare to visual candles in terms of it's all how you think and how you manifest. Like from this part of the world, people did this. From that part of the world, people did this. All of it is mental. Okay. And if you're culturally taught to do this, if you're culturally taught to do something different, as long as your mental and focus and lack of doubt is there, you're going to manifest what you're trying to do. Now, if it's something that, like, for example, people do spells for the wrong reason and they don't do it right and they say the wrong words and they have the wrong intent in their mind and heart and soul or whatever. So that's why it don't work. Okay. And plus it's non-beneficial to them. So let's say you want the best for yourself, but you're going to do the stupid spell to bring back somebody that threw you in the garbage can and left you for another woman, which is self-destructive. Your higher mind will throw doubt in that so that you don't manifest a loser to come back to you and take you in as second best. Okay? Your higher mind will not allow you to do that over and over again. It might work once. They might come back and get them a little something, something, and then go back. But your higher mind is going to try to start protecting you from yourself, from your lower self. Okay. So it's a battle between your higher and your lower self. Whichever one wins, that's the way the spell goes. So if the spell is not for your best interest, it may not go through. You know what I'm saying? So it's a battle between your higher and your lower self. Which one is going to win? If you're doing spell work for your higher self, it's always going to win, baby. If you're going in the direction that's higher, you're going to win. It's going to work. The spell is going to come through. The manifestation is going to come through. If you're trying to go backwards and move backwards in life, it's going to be a battle. Okay. That's why I always say, whatever spell you decide to do, if it's going to move you backwards, just do a prosperity spell and get some money and move forward. Look, you can't get your man back, but you can go shopping and get you a better man. Okay. And most of the time, when we look back at them ugly exes and the loser exes, like, what was I thinking? Ugh, can I imagine if I married him? Where would I be right now? See? So you do your own self a favor. Mm-hmm. My thoughts on Trump, telling women to go back to their own countries. Trump is a jester, you guys. He's the Joker. Okay? Because if he's sending them back to their own countries, guess where he's gonna have to go? Back to Europe. And most people are smart enough to finish that sentence. You know. And it's just causing more people to think. It's not doing any more damage that hadn't already been done. We're past the worst of the worst as far as treatment and discrimination. We've already passed the worst of the worst. Now it's just words and, mistreatment and, murder, but it's not like on a grand scale like it used to be. But the whole point is, this not their land either, baby. This ain't their country either. So if everybody starts going back to their own country, guess what? It's going to be a bunch of Native Americans and Olmecs and uh, people here chilling. Mhm. Go find the oldest statue, and that's who got that's whose country it is. There you go. That's how I do it. Go find the oldest statue, and that's who you get a country to. So, make America great again. That's y'all don't read between Trump's lines. That's what he really means. He has to distract people from what's really happening. And just like the Bible, people take it literally instead of reading between the line and the code. So if you take Trump literally, you're going to be upset. If you read between his lines, you see what he's doing. It's just a distraction for what's going on. It's hot here. People's skin is burning, fainting down in the street. You know, he's not talking about that. He's talking about go back to your own country. He's not addressing, you know, the increasing rates of skin cancer or nothing. He's not talking about the obvious. He's not talking about, you know, anything. He's just a distraction while everything happens. So you don't question anything. So people still think they have the upper hand. You know, it's called chess. So if you're playing chess, you have this one piece that moves all over the board and as a distraction while your king sneak up, and then you yell checkmate when it's time. So the whole point is Trump is just a distraction. I read between the lines. I'm not caught up in it. He can't make me feel no type of way about nobody. I read between lines. Right. He's doing what he's supposed to do, distract. Okay. It's a setup. If y'all only knew, it's just a setup. Stop being mad for him keeping the attention off of you for a second. Mhm. He is the last president. The last president. Mhm. Right. Exactly. Yep. Politicians are there to distract or bring attention to certain things. Like I told y'all what Trump was. He's to bring attention and to distract. Okay. He has his role. I've tried to tell so many people the truth. They don't want to listen. So I just stopped talking about it. Um, but my old videos there, like I can't do it anymore. I try to tell y'all, you know. Oh, and I was looking at this post, and there was this class on how to become an Egyptian shaman, and you should have read the comments. I don't know if y'all saw it on Facebook, but the comments were like a joke. People were laughing. Like, how do you become an Egyptian shaman? Or did they even call them shamans, or did they call them priests, or you know, whatever. Don't you? I said people were just giving them science. Like this is a joke. Like, people are waking up. Everybody's waking up. So, you know, the frequencies that are changing, more and more people will start to see that Trump is not against them, but he's only a distraction to keep other people occupied and their eyes somewhere else while things happen. Okay. You just have to understand that. Okay. Think about it. It happens in every movie. Okay, you go be the distraction while we sneak and do A, B, C, and D. Okay? That's all it is. I mean, think about what has happened under his presidency, like all the accomplishments. They're not really being put in the super forefront because it's going to be like, you know, how people think that other people have become successful overnight. Well, if the limelight and the spotlight isn't on you, then you look up in 4 to 5 years and all of a sudden you're super successful because you've been distracted by looking at other things. You didn't realize that certain people were moving up and becoming super successful, and then you turn around and like, dang. So it's a takeover that is being not put in the limelight. Not yet. And another thing I want to talk about, all these posts, all these, you know, financial articles about how people are going to be poor and how we're going through a recession and how, you know, this many households have this much income. Throw all that stuff away. Throw it away. Don't even click on it. Okay? Because that has nothing to do with your potential and ability to get paid. I don't even know why people look at that stupid stuff. What somebody else did or didn't do has nothing to do with what you're going to do or what you are doing. The only people that show that crap off are broke people who won't get up and lazy people who won't get up. That's their excuse for why they ain't getting up. Well, this article saying I might as well keep laying down because I'm going to be broke anyway. That's all I hear when I hear people talk about the economy and that's all I hear when I see them stupid posts and graphs and stuff about, oh, you need this much money. I hear excuses of why you broke. That's all I hear. All I hear is excuses of why you can't be creative and think outside the box. Most millionaires are billionaires. They did not allow the current economy of their day stop them from becoming billionaires or millionaires or even thousandaires. The thousandaires. So if that's your excuse, then that's I know if I write an article, I'm very powerful because I can keep a bunch of people broke by one article. Wow. You know, I can keep a bunch of people making excuses by writing one article. Oof. I wonder how much that person got paid to write that article to keep a bunch of people broke. Right? We need to give the illusion of no hope. We need to give the illusion that no matter what you do, you're going to be poor. We need to stick that in your mind. We need to write an article, put some colorful graphs on it, and put it all over social media so that people who might have had an idea will just lay back down and smoke some weed and go back to being broke. It worked. Didn't work on me because I'm a woman. And I know, and women have many resources. Those articles are not for women. So that's why you need the divine feminine energy, the divine feminine nature, someone speaking life back into you after they spoke death into your money, into your pocket. Okay? Because women don't see brokenness. Women, all they got to do is this. We don't see no brokenness. Okay? So what I'm saying is none of that talks to us. That's just the truth. Right. Um, I'm pretty sure many people who had potential read those articles. They should have read it, but they didn't let it stop them. Okay. People that weren't going to get up and go anyway, they just used them as, see, this is why I don't even get up out of my bed, as excuses. Right. People who are led by their ego lack emotional intelligence, get distracted easily. Where are you going? Oh, maybe later. I'll go live on my other channel. Um, so and look, if you take someone and take away everything, if you took someone and took away everything, they will find a way to get it back. Bad economy or good economy, they're gonna find a way to get it back. You give them just enough. Here you go. Here you go. They ain't gonna move as long as they can sleep, eat, and breathe, and take a shower somewhere, have a little drink, have a little smoke. They ain't getting up. But if you took away everything, they would take hitting rock bottom to want to get back up, no matter what the economy is. Okay. So if you really want to test someone's potential, just like on that movie, Switching Places or Trading Places back in the old days, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, when they took away everything and then they gave the bum some money and they took away everything from the guy that had the good career. If you hit rock bottom, you don't have anywhere else to go but up. You have nothing to lose by risking whatever due to a bad economy. And those are the same exact odds as if you did have something. You're taking the exact same risk because you're not going to lose anything if you just get up and do something. Right. So sometimes you just have to, sometimes you just have to tap into some type of mental state as if you are divine and no economy will stop you from doing anything. You are divine and no pie chart is going to stop you from getting your money. You are divine and the climate of the economy or the whatever don't mean nothing to you because you are divine. You know, you go around talking about I'm God, I'm divine, I'm cosmic, I'm da 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 da, but as soon as somebody talk about some money, you talk about what's a bad economy. So which one is it? Y'all need to pick a struggle. You a God, you divine, or is it a bad economy? Because if you have to use that as an excuse, you don't believe the first one. Not truly, not 100%. If you say I'm a divine God, I am goddess, I am cosmic, I am the universe. Well, why don't you have a car, or why don't you have a house, or why don't you have a phone, or why are you asking me for money? I'm supposed to be asking you. So it just means, do you really honestly believe that? Or is that just something that you tell yourself? That's what I mean. Are you living as a divine being? Are you speaking as a divine being? Are you talking as a divine being? Are you teaching as a divine being? Are you understanding as a divine being? Are you living by universal law or principles? Are you transcending and transmuting those laws? Or did you only get to that part in the book where they told you was divine and you stopped reading? So the whole point is, do you believe? Truly 100%. Do you know? You might believe, but that still leaves room for doubt. Do you know who you are? If you knew, you could get it. Nothing would stop you. You wouldn't care. Mm-hmm. Even if you're working towards your goal, as long as the idea and the goal is being worked toward. Carla Sanders, thank you. You might not be where you want to be right now, but if you have a plan in place and you're working towards it and you're building it and you're stacking so that in 2 months or 3 months or 4 months from now, you can do whatever you choose to do. Right. But if you're not doing it, you can't say I'm divine. Thank you, Carla. So that's what separates a lot of people from knowing thyself and just not ascending to their highest potential. And I know, look, I'm comfortable. This is my comfort zone. My room is my comfort zone. I could have it decorated and cold and, all this kind of stuff and just like super decorated professionally, but I don't like that. I like spiritual, eclectic, colorful stuff. So no matter how much money I had, I would just do the same style still. I might have more expensive versions of it. Like this might have been imported from Morocco instead of coming from Tuesday Morning, but it's still going to be standing there. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what your style is. Just if you have money, you don't have to change. You don't have to change. You can flex every now and then, but you don't have to change. You can be who you are. When you walk around, people don't have to know you got money. They don't think I have money when I walk around. They don't think people that walk around looking like Bill Gates have money unless they know he's Bill Gates. Because after a while, money is just energy. It's fun to play with it when you first get it. But after a while, you just remember that you're still a normal person. It's the freedom that it brings, not the material. It's just the freedom. Let's say you woke up feeling extra creative today and you say, hey, I want to decorate. You have the freedom to do so, to express yourself, to raise the frequency of your environment by making it more comfortable for you. I want a nicer backyard. I want to spend more time outside. Let's go do some shopping for the patio and let's build a paved patio. It has nothing to do with, oh, I have all this money, I'm gonna do what I want to do. It's just like, let's make our life better and more enjoyable and comfortable. Okay, not let's go buy a Ferrari and drive around like we all of that. Not right. I'm past that. I already rode in all that nice sports cars and been, all that. Once you get my age, it's like if you've already been there and done certain things, it's like, okay, now I want to just chill and have fun and, spend an hour painting my face if I want to, listening to my records, just chilling, playing with a crystal bowl, spying on the neighbors or looking at the moon. I mean, I want freedom. See, freedom, I can't move. I want freedom. So When I speak prosperity, I'm really speaking freedom, prosperity, freedom. Okay. So I don't do money spells. I do abundance and prosperity spells because money is an object. Prosperity is a frequency. There's a difference. And I talk about that in some of my videos, but I don't do money spells. I might have called them that for, people's understanding, but I always write prosperity on any spell work, right? To prosper. Okay. Prosper. That means you are always in the act of prospering. You live in the state of prosperity. Prosperity includes abundance, money, and everything else that comes with that. hmm So, do you remember when I told you guys most of the time your words need to be really carefully thought out? Um, I'd love to learn that, please. Yay. So, so here's my thing. When I was a child, I'm reading High Priestess comment and saying, Black people won't prosper until they throw away the identity that was given to you. Okay. When you were a child, you didn't have that identity. You must revert back to your childlike state of mind. Um, until you experienced oppression or racism, you and your childlike identity felt like and knew that you could do anything. Nobody was there to stop you mentally. So go back to that state of thinking when you're trying to manifest. Okay. hmm I was reading someone's comment. hmm So I was just addressing their comment. hmm And another thing on this channel that I'm going to say, don't try to call me out about talking about who I am and who the people in my family are. Don't try to correct me. Don't try to steer me away from it. If I want to talk about that, this is my channel and you have no authorities here. Okay? Point blank, that's it. Yes, it's about that if I'm talking about that at the moment. I don't have a boss. I don't have a manager. Okay. So if I want to talk about High Priestess's comment, I can talk about High Priestess's comment. Hey, you have a green bowl and you add basil to it for prosperity oil. Oh yeah. Dip some bread in it with some olive oil. That's another thing, you guys. Like, you can eat and do spell work at the same time. Like, you got that olive oil, get you a little some basil, some bread, because bread represents money, prosperity. And you feel good when you're eating. You can manifest while eating. Right. You charge water, you're gonna drink. Yep. There's so much stuff we can be doing. Sometimes we forget and we just drink the water because I know I do it. But this, if you remember, if you drink out of a special cup, you might remember. If you drink out of a crystal glass and you just charge your glasses, that might be helpful too. hmm Before you ever heard of a retrograde, you wasn't worried about it. It had an effect. Now you're here about it and looking for protection from it. Yep, that's true too, High Priestess. And actually, retrograde is just an illusion. Y'all know that, right? It's an illusion. It's it's the illusion of turning backwards because but it's only just slowed down and it seems as though it's turning in the opposite direction because the earth is moving at a certain speed. So it's basically an illusion. It's just a time to slow down or just ignore it and keep it moving like that never happened. That's what I do. Like retrogrades really don't bother me because I don't think about them. Retrogrades are for people that are looking for stuff to worry about because it's just an optical illusion. That's all it is. Okay. It's like when you're at the stoplight and you think your car's moving backwards because there's another car slowly moving forward. Same thing. It's just an illusion. Be creative to connect with your inner child. Be creative. Get you a coloring book. Do something that reverts you back to childhood. Like get you a nice coloring book. You know they have those adult coloring books now. Watch your old favorite cartoon, something. Revert back to that thinking, and then your creativity will start to flow again. Your childlike creativity. How to get a narcissist supervisor to back off. Become his supervisor or quit and start your own business. Like that's your boss. Y'all have to deal with that. That's the sad part about working for other people. Y'all got to deal with that. That's why I don't work for people because I don't deal with it well. I can't give you advice on how to keep a job when I done quit every job. It's not going to work. Hey, someone was asking me about work advice, and I said, I can't give you advice on how to keep a job when I never kept a job. You asking the wrong person. Hi, well, you can come in. You like it? I like your shirt, Layla. Thank you. This is no bad days. Can you show them? This is no bad days. Thank you, Layla. Bye. Don't take work home. Leave it. I never took work home. I barely got to work on time when I did work. Yeah. Kill them with kindness, someone says. Work for yourself. Right. See, my mind would not let me keep a job. It just wouldn't. I mean, yeah, I would go. I was the kind of person that was going to do what they were going to do anyway. Like if there's all these rules and a list of stuff to do, I might do it for like 2 or 3 days. But after the third or fourth day, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do or create my own system or something like that because I can't. That's just who I am. You know, or I'll just start lying. But unless I'm really into the position or really good at what I'm doing, I'm not going to comply and do exactly what somebody tells me to do. If I'm really talented at whatever job you hired me and paid me to do, oh, I'll do it great and fine. But if I don't like it, I'm not gonna do it well. Right. You see why I married early. I got married at 26. I think that's the average age. But I couldn't work for people. hmm You're a bad employee. hmm I should do a tour. I might do a little room tour. I might show y'all the room once I get. I have some bags over there that I'm going to be on my other channel doing a thrift haul because I went thrifting as well. So when I get my little thrift haul taken care of, I may do a tour. hmm Yes, I still go to the thrift shop, y'all. I find some ancient stuff there, some old stuff, some valuable things. You know, just because you have money doesn't mean that you still don't enjoy the things that you like to do, like going to thrift shops. Um, mhm. I told you guys I found so many value. I found an Oscar de la Renta um, piece today. I found an antique. I mean, I found stuff super valuable, more than what I paid for whatever I was thrifting with. I found very very valuable items when I thrift, because I have an eye for that. Like I see value in things, and so I find so many good things that you can't find anymore. If you were to find certain items online or on eBay or vintage, they would cost you like $600, $500, $40, $50, and you get them for like $5. So I love thrifting because it's like shopping on eBay, or it's like shopping on Poshmark or whatever, but it's cheaper. Or like I said, you can just turn around and resell it on eBay or Poshmark. That's what I've done. What I might start doing is, because I love to shop. That ain't ever gonna stop. When I'm done with one season of clothing, I'm only gonna keep what I truly love, and I'm gonna resell all the rest so I can keep a cycle going, because I like to change. I don't like wear the same thing unless it's a piece that I truly love and I'm gonna keep forever. There's stuff that you can get rid of, like sweaters or skirts that you might not wear again, and you just need to keep it moving in and out like a circle. And that's why, if you want to get into your first business and you don't have a lot of time, you can start selling what they call your closet. Sell your closet. Sell items that you're never going to wear again, instead of giving them away. Put them on Poshmark or eBay, especially the nicer things, and start selling your stuff in and out. Like, once you sell something, you can get something new. Um, and there's, if you start thrifting and if you have an eye for fashion, you can either you could start your own little store, a vintage or thrift store online. Okay. You sold wooden caskets. A ruby wooden casket box for the right price. Okay. Basically recycle it, yeah. How do you cleanse old haunted looking stuff from thrift store? I don't. I mean, sometimes if it looks haunted, that's why I wanted it. I have a haunted piece right now, I think, or I don't even think it's haunted. I think it's very highly spiritual. Sometimes I keep it in there because if I'm divine, what's gonna get me? You know what I'm saying? Remember, know thyself. He he he. You came across me a few years ago, but never saw again until a few months ago. Thank you. Hey, from England, Maria. I sat next to this This guy at I was trying to order some food to go at this restaurant. He was from England today. Mhm. Small world. I hate when everybody try to tell me how to reach for the stars, but they ain't got no arms. You got to reach with your mind, baby. Your mind. Yes. Never go back to an old job. I learned that the hard way. I have never been back to an old job or an old boyfriend. That's the same thing to me. Mm-hmm. Start your own company. Nothing better. Right. And see, I think people get stuck on society's way of telling you how to become successful. There is no exact model to follow. When someone says you should start your own business, what do people automatically think? A building. Oh, I need a building. Oh, I need a bunch of money to start it. No, you don't. You need a service or a product. Your building is online, virtual business, e-commerce. What are orbs? They are light energy, the plasma. Light energy. You should go look at all my old videos. When you die, your spirit turns into energy, spirit, light, soul, aka the fourth state of matter, the plasma. That's what it is. You found a Saturday Night Fever album? Oh, I got 2 albums today. Yes, I found some valuable albums too. Mm-hmm. You can find lots of stuff. And I have a record player. See? So I can play my albums. Mm-hmm. What? What are y'all fighting in the comments? Drama. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's no use to argue with people. Like, I was in the middle of listening to this new Beyonce album when they snatched it from Tidal. I guess it's up on YouTube now. But she was basically saying to her haters that you can't address me. There's no use. You know, do you know who I am? That's what she basically is saying. There's Shira, priestess, believes she the only one who knows she melanated. What's that mean? That don't really make sense. I mean, you just got to look in the mirror. The mirror. So anyway, she was just basically saying on the album, do you know who I am? There are no haters if you know who you are. Okay. That's what it is. Cleanse the things that you get from. I used to do all of that. I don't cleanse that stuff no more. I am the cleanse. My frequency changes everything else. When I walk in the room, everything else change around me. I am the cause. That's how you got to think now. All that other stuff, that's for kindergartner. This, when you walk in a room, everything changes. Your presence changes everything else. If you know who you are. When you know who you are, your brain functions on a higher frequency. Therefore, when you're thinking, when I walk into this room, everything will bend to me. There is no spoon. Only your mind. Okay, so when I walk in a room, when I walk in a thrift shop, when I walk in a haunted house, when I walk through a cemetery, everything bends to my will. So, because I know who I am. I don't have to bother with any of that anymore. Now, before I knew all of this, of course, because if you don't know something, you're going to attract fear. You're going to think, oh, this item is haunted and I better cleanse it. Before you know thyself, you know how to cleanse and protect. But when you know who you are, who are you protecting yourself from? Yourself? That's just another part of me. Whatever that energy is and whatever item that is, that's part of me. I created that. That's part of my makeup in the cosmos. So whatever it is, it's whatever frequency I vibrate at, it's going to be higher than some energy stuck on an object. Because I'm sitting here vibrating on a higher frequency. So it can't be that much more powerful than I am. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we think like scientists and divine beings, there's nothing to fear. Right. Thank you. I donate most of my clothes too because I'm too lazy to put them up for sale. But I think I'm going to start doing it because there's some really nice things that hurt to give away because they're so expensive. So I'm going to start reselling them. Mm-hmm. So until you know thyself, cleanse those things, because if you're sitting there worried about them, you're just going to attract bad things to you. When you know who you are, you ain't got to worry about that. Mm-hmm. You have your nails done, you can't type. I cut mine down because I need to type. I need to do all kind of stuff. I can't have that in my way. My kids used to call me handicapped when I had the long nail. Mom, you handicapped. You can't do nothing. I'd be like this. Like this. Why do some say that money has a low vibration? I would think vibration would be high. Anything has a low vibration if you can't get it. Our mansion has a low vibration too. So does mm-hmm. What else has a low vibration? Something you can't reach, that means it's high. If you can't reach it, then it's high vibration. It ain't low. Okay. A low vibration is something that you can overcome, something that you can step over, something that you've already done and have moved past and can level up from. It's the lowest starting point, the low frequency. You could do that in your sleep. So if it's a high vibration, it's something to ascend to, right? So if money is a low vibration, then they must be super rich. You don't have to be vegan to reach a high frequency. You just have to know who you are. See, here's the thing. Once you know who you are, where you came from, what your body works best off of, why it's built a certain way, then you can understand. It has nothing to do with like the mundane reasons. Okay? You start to look at things scientifically rather than morally. Do you have to work out in order to have a high frequency? No, but you got to move around because everything is a vibration and you got to be moving. Your lymph system, the only way that it moves, the only way that your lymph moves through your body is through movement of your body. You got to get up and walk or you can get cancer. You got to get up and walk or your lymph fluid is not going to get to where it needs to get. So it's one of the only systems that doesn't have a circulatory, a natural circulatory push like every other system. You got to get up and move for it to work. So you got to dance or walk or, do some yoga or stretch or roll around, whatever. Go walk the mall. I don't know. That's what I walked around. I thrifted. This is my exercise for today. I went thrift shopping for like 4 hours. I was walking for 4 hours and didn't even feel like I was walking because I was, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this, filming and everything for my little video. I was distracted, but I still got exercise and I moved around. My lymph was flowing and, multitasking. Mm-hmm. Go up and down the stairs in your house a couple times. Yep. Mm-hmm. Um, hmm. So I was just reading. I think the more you know yourself, the more you read, the more you study, the more you learn, the more you will want to do certain things. You can't be forced to do anything. It has to come from you when it's time for you to do whatever you need to be doing. And you don't have to do it at all. You might not even have to get to that level. You might already know who you are. You may not have the certain goal to accomplish that other people do, So it's you customize your own life. Okay, you customize your own life how you want to do it. Do I believe in the evil eye? Nope. I am the evil eye. What you talking about? I believe if it came from me. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in the evil eye upon me. I believe that I can give the evil eye. But for what reason? I don't like I really wouldn't give the evil eye because I understand people are not on the same level. Like you wouldn't punish someone for not knowing something. You would teach them instead. So when people talk bad about other people or give them an evil eye or wish harm upon them, I look deeper as in why. Like I have to look from this perspective, from a bird's eye view. I can't look at it as an equal. They're not my equal. Okay. I have to look at it as a parent. Why do they do this? Oh, they just don't know any better. Why? Because they weren't taught. They don't know anything. Let me teach them. Okay. So all I can do is lead by example, say what I say, and that's it. But they can't put an evil eye on me if they can't even understand me. Nobody can put an evil eye on something they cannot understand. And if they did understand you, they wouldn't be putting an evil eye on you. You understand? So that's it. Are you close to family members or the black sheep? I'm close to anybody I want to be close with at any time. I feel like I'm not the black sheep. I feel like we got too many black sheep for it to just be one black. Everybody black. Everybody's a black sheep in my family. The family of black sheep. Everybody crazy. Okay. That's how I feel about it. One week, this person is the black sheep. The next week, that person is the black sheep. Everybody the black sheep at one time. Just pick your week, and you're the black sheep. You're the black sheep because you broke. Oh, you're just a broke sheep, not a black sheep. There's a difference. Okay. I told you to get that beard oil business going. Why haven't you done so? Do I believe in burning bridges? Only if you have wings. If you are broke, you are Automatically a black sheep. Oh, well, I don't believe that people are permanently broke. I think it's just a state of mind. So you're not permanently a black sheep. Mm-hmm. I feel your frequency has risen just by learning that. Yes, it does. Like knowledge raises your frequency. That's why most spiritual people who know and read and know thyself have a high frequency. People that know a little bit and their frequency is high, but it gets higher and higher the more that they learn. So don't worry about if you only know a little bit. Just keep learning. Hmm. Burn bridges if you have wings, baby. Hmm. I never burned any bridges. I can always go back. Mhm. Right. You're always kind to my family, and I get no thanks. That's because you always kind to them. If you always breathe, and do you thank yourself for breathing? No. If you mean and you do one act of kindness, people treat you like you did a miracle. You want recognition for what is normal of you. Stop being nice. Nice people finish last. Say no. Start saying no. No, no, no. Then when you finally say yes, thank you so much. If all you're looking for is being thanked, then start saying no. Hmm. Make people work for your time and energy. Exactly. Sweet spirit. You love saying no. Me too. Nope. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't. Say it with a smile. It's like, "Ah, I'm so sorry. I can't. I have an appointment that I cannot get out of. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just paid all of my bills and my back bills and my caught up on my whatever. I don't have it until like next month. Just stop saying yes. Just start saying no. And smile when you say it. That way it doesn't seem so negative. Oh my gosh, I wish I could help you, but I just did A, B, C, and D. Is there anything else I can help you with? Like, you want a shoulder massage or something? You want some tea? I'll make you a cup of tea. Look, make them a cup of tea, telling them no. I'm so sorry. Would you like some tea? Some coffee? Come on, sit down. Are you comfortable? People that have problems saying no need to be nice while they're saying no, and pamper them while you're saying no. Like, oh, you look so stressed. Let me massage your shoulder. Would you like some tea? Oh, here's a pillow. You need a blanket. Sit down. Sit down. Let's talk. Get Wendy Williams on them. You know how she's like, oh, are you okay? Oh, you look very nice today. So why is your husband cheating on you? Get them all nice and comfortable before you get evil on them. Hype them up to let them down. Then they can't really even be mad. It's like, oh, they're going to feel guilty if they get mad at you after you even gave them some tea and a blanket and a pillow and asked them how their day was. Now they're going to be like feeling guilty for asking you something. Why do you think old people so nice to people? Because they know they finna come asking for something. They hold you call over an old person's house, you know they got that money stacked up. They go in, huh, honey, how are you? Have a seat. Would you like something to drink? Oh, are you cold? Let me make you some coffee or some tea. Would you like something to eat? Then you feel bad, but yeah, dang, I need to ask her for some money or him for some money, but she just, set them up. Don't lend out money either. Just if you can afford to give it, give it. Don't ask for people to pay you back because that ruins relationships and lowers people's frequencies. Like when they see you, all they see is a debt collector. They don't see you anymore. So stop lending out money. That's another thing about prosperity. You can't prosper if you're always owed money. So if someone doesn't pay you back, you're living in lack and need, even though you don't even need it. You're still thinking, oh, that person owes me money. I need my money, or they didn't pay me back my money. I feel like I lost something. So you don't want to loan money. You just either give it or say no. Okay, so no more loans because that attracts poverty thinking. It also lowers the frequency of the other person that owes you money, and it also lowers your frequency because of how you feel around that person when you come back in contact with them because of the money. So stop loaning money. Either give it or don't give it. There is no in between. You like my necklace? Oh, thank you. This is the cowrie shells, and this is the tree of life. This one was like Amazon. I got this as a gift, and I bought these myself somewhere in Galveston at a surf shop. I think someone asked me. We are the tree of life. Yes. I have 2 tree of life necklaces and some earrings. How if your mom wants money back she loaned you? You shouldn't have taken the loan if it was a loan. This is one thing that I will never do. I will never take loans. And unless you're financing a car or a house, but not from individual people. Don't take loans, don't give loans. Now you just have to finish paying that out and never do it again. Okay? Or don't look at it as paying a loan. Just look at it as taking care of your mother because she took care of you. You know what I'm saying? Look at it a different way. You take care of her because she took care of you when you needed it. That's it. Don't repeat it with other people. I had to learn to say no, and I feel great. Yeah. Tree of life meaning. That means from the roots to the leaves and the branches, from the seeds to the earth, again and again. The tree is living on several dimensions at once. The roots are below. The trunk is above the present. Like the roots would be the past. The trunk would be the present. The leaves would be the forming future, and the branches would be the forming future, and the leaves would be the offspring. The seeds are the fruit it bared, and the seeds from the fruit would be the recycling. So the tree of life represents eternity, life, as above, so below, roots, the stars, the trees reach to the stars in the cosmos. It's just so many different meanings and so many meanings behind the tree of life. It also, if you look at it, looks like the placenta. Just so many things. It looks like the brain if you sliced it this way. the neurons and the pineal gland. So the symbol has several meanings, different from different perspectives. This is one of the only symbols that I like to wear because it's so universal. It doesn't cause animosity or fear or judgment by people. Like, I see some people that will wear certain symbols and people will get uncomfortable with it. They would look at you like, or what does that mean? Or, you know, do you worship the devil? Or whatever. This is the symbol that most people just accept because it is so universal and holds so much truth. It is in every religion, every form of spirituality is that tree. Okay. So that's why I like the tree of life symbol. I don't wear the evil eye. Like, I had some earrings that were evil eye, and I only bought them because they were like $1. They were so cheap, and they were cute, you know, boho or whatever. But the symbol in itself, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Random, your eye makeup looks really good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, my lashes. My Level Up Cosmetics line. These are my lashes that I sell. So, yeah, all the links are below to all my businesses in the description. So I sell brushes, palettes, makeup palettes, lashes, lipstick. This lipstick that I'm wearing, it's kind of worn off because I've been drinking coffee and eating. This lipstick lasts all day though. Right. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go live on my other channel now because they're probably missing me over there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, everyone who donated, everyone who tunes in, everyone who's learning and growing and vibrating on a high frequency on purpose. Those who seek knowledge. You're going to be the people that help the other people who aren't seeking knowledge right now. You're going to be their teachers very soon. So that's why it's important for you to learn now. Because the very people that you're going to have to teach aren't learning anything. You know, like, well, think about it. Years ago, I was in, learning stage, still in learning stage. But now I'm helping other people get to a certain level as other people were helping other people get to that level back then. So it's just a continuous thing. And there's a fly in here because the doors have been open. We've been doing like patio work. And I might do a tour of outside too when they finish paving it. Right. Thank you. Tree of life. Just the tree of life. That's the symbol of my neck. Thank you guys. Bye y'all.